So how long does it take to get a green card in 2025? This is going to be a March-April update. So many things are happening right now. People are getting denied entry. People are stuck overseas, can't come in. People inside the United States are waiting for their interviews and for their green cards to be approved. I'm going to cover family-based immigration and a little bit about employment-based immigration processing times inside the United States. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Immigration Channel. In this video, we'll talk about the processing times and how long it's going to take for you to get a green card in 2025. The one thing you have to understand is that processing times are increasing in 2025. And if you're waiting for your appointment to get an interview, if you're waiting for approvals, you should realize that you're going to wait a little bit longer. The good news is that when you file an application, receipt notices are being sent to clients within 4 to 12 days. This is much faster than we've seen the past 6 months, where people are waiting 4 to 6 weeks sometimes to get receipt notices. And as you know, right now with this stressful time where people are getting deported, people are getting picked up, having a receipt notice of a case pending, case filed is essential for your safety. And so that's a good news as well, that receipt notices are being issued faster than a few months ago. And also remember that the new form I-485 now requires a concurrent medical exam to be filed when you file an adjustment of status application. So make sure that you remember that, because if you're not going to do that, not only your case will be sent back, but it's also going to cause further delays in your application. And also, under the new updates from USCIS, if you file an application and you do this incorrectly, using the wrong forms, not submitting your medical, and your application is denied, and you hear on non-immigrant visa status, a tourist or work visa, and that case is denied, you will be issued a notice to appear in court and face deportation. So it's very important to understand not only the processing times, but also how to file your application properly, because it's not only going to save you time, it's also going to save your status. So first of all, let's understand the total green card wait times. When calculating and considering the wait times, we're looking at two different things. First is the visa bulletin. And why is the visa bulletin is important? Because the visa bulletin, if you're watching my channel, you know I update this every month. The visa bulletin determines when your green card will be issued. It tells you the priority date. So for example, even if immigration approves your petition, if your priority date is not current, you're not going to be able to get your green card. That's why you have to check the visa bulletin every month. The visa bulletin has two charts. It has the final action dates and the dates for filing chart. The final action date chart will tell you when you'll be able to actually get your green card, when the visa numbers will become current. The date for filing chart, if you're inside the United States, will allow you to file for your green card a little bit earlier. But still, until the final action dates are current, you're not going to get your green card. So visa bulletin is essential also when you follow processing times and determine when you'll get your green card. The second thing we're following is USCIS processing time chart. And this chart tells us how long it's going to take USCIS to process and review your application. It says it's very important to know the processing times of the different forms, because that's also going to tell you when they're going to be approved. Some applicants, like immediate relatives, if you're married to a citizen or if you're filing for your parents, those kind of applicants do not have to wait for a visa to become current. But all the other applicants, like brothers and sisters of US citizens, adult children of US citizens, spouses of green card holders, they're all going into a preference system where you have to wait for your priority dates to become current. Now, let's look at the current processing times for USCIS right now. Before we talk about the current processing times, if you're here for the first time, please subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. As always, if you need help with your immigration matter, send me a text to 619-483-4549 or go to www.immigrationasap.com. Leave your details and one of our team members will contact you ASAP. And now let's jump into the current processing times with USCIS. Let's start with Form I-130. If you're married to a US citizen, right now, again, if you're married to a citizen, there's no wait time for you in terms of the visa bulletin, but in terms of processing times, USCIS I-130 forms are taking about 9 months. Now, this is for spouses of US citizens inside the United States. Those of you guys that are watching this and you have spouses overseas, if you file an I-130 right now, it's taking about 14 to 15 months to process your form I-130. And a lot of people are contacting me and saying, listen, I filed my application 8 months ago, even a year ago. I still have no information from USCIS. And I tell you, the reason why, because the current processing times are 14 to 15 months. If you are still within this current processing times, you're still okay. Now let's talk about parents. If you're a US citizen and you're filing for your parents, the processing time is also 14 months if your parents are inside the United States. If your parents are outside the United States, you're looking at about 16 to 18 months processing for the I-130. Now let's talk about unmarried children of US citizens under the age of 21. Both inside the United States or outside the United States, processing time is about 14 months. So far we talked about immediate relatives. Those applicants, they don't have any issues with priority dates. Now let's move to the preference system. Let's start with F2A category, spouses of green card holders. Right now, whether you're inside the United States or outside the United States, the processing time is about 35 months. Again, it can vary, but I'm giving you an average number as to how much time USCIS will take to process an I-130 for an F2A applicant. Let's talk about adult children of US citizens, F1 category. I-130s are now taking anywhere from 9 to 13 months for the F1 category, whether you're inside or outside the United States. Let's talk about adult children of green card holders, F2B category. Right now, current processing time is 35 months. Whether you're inside the United States or outside, this is the processing time for I-130 at the USCIS website. Married children of US citizens, category F3, whether you're inside or outside the United States, anywhere from 12 to 17 months to process those I-130s. And finally, brothers and sisters, F4 categories. Again, this ranges, whether they're inside or outside the United States, anywhere from 10 to 18 months. Again, it doesn't really matter because the priority dates are so backlogged in this category that you have to wait over 15 years. But in terms of how long USCIS will take, this is the numbers that I just mentioned. If you apply for employment-based categories, the average processing times for Form I-140, if you don't use premium processing, is about 7 to 9 months. If you're going to use premium processing, you will have results within 45 days. So what does it mean for you guys? If you're inside the United States and you're not subject to the priority preference system, you'll be able to file for your applications and just wait for USCIS to process your applications until you get an interview or they'll automatically send you the green card. But if you're subject to the preference system and following the visa bulletin, as I mentioned, F2A categories, F2B, F3, all these people who are overseas currently waiting for their priority dates, you have to be diligently following the visa bulletin because the visa bulletin, as you've seen, and I've done videos about this, is starting to move forward. Now, the problem is that because of the current policies of this administration, you can see that we're going to start feeling more of that backlog. You're going to see more offices are being closed. You're going to see more interviews are being not waived. More applications are going to be subject to interviews. This is already starting now. And we're going to feel the impact of this in the next 6 to 9 months. We're not feeling it yet. But the more and more people are going to get interviews inside the United States, you're going to see more backlog when people are actually going to get approved. When it comes to what's happening overseas at US embassies and consulate abroad, the same thing. We've got a lot of restrictions imposed on US embassies abroad. Obviously they're going to see more people for interviews. Interview waivers are completely gone right now. Less and less consulates are now being open and more restrictions are being placed on applicants. More people are being sent to admin processing, which means more people are going to be waiting in the backlog before being seen for an interview. Some of these embassies are imposing new procedures. They're going to be interviewing people twice. New procedures are being tested in Lagos, in Islamabad, and in Manila. And so all these things are going to create more wait times in different embassies and posts. But for the moment, for this update of April, March of 2025, things are not as bad. Right now, NVC are scheduling about 49 to 50,000 people every month, which is quite increase from early 2024, this time of year, and 2023, which is good news. And NVC is trying to push people for interviews as much as they can, as long as embassies are opening those interviews. So, as I said, as of now, we are still in good shape, but things might change in the next 6 months. We don't know what this administration is going to do. Is there going to be a travel ban? We don't know yet. For the moment, there isn't. So right now, things are looking good. This is the update for now. And once again, let me know if you have any questions. Where are you at in the process? I want to know. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you're inside the United States, if you're outside the United States, which country you're from. I'll try to make videos to address those questions. As always, if you need help with your immigration matters, send me a text 619-483-4549 or go to www.immigrationasap.com. Now is the time to take action. I'm here to help you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.